Flem Studios in sunny Southern California. This is the Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL edition. Your host, Lorenzo Big Flem Fleming. Hello, folks. Welcome back. This is your host, Lorenzo Big Flem Fleming, coming to you once again for another episode of Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL Edition 2020 season for week number 5 here on Big Flem Radio and TV. Unfortunately, I know I haven't recorded the last 2 weeks because of personal and professional obligations, and I do apologize for that, folks. But now I'm back to get back on track with you folks. So, with that being said, let's go over our performance so far over the last 4 weeks. Even though I didn't make no predictions for last week, but over the last 3 weeks, I'm 32, 12, and 1 with a 71% winning percentage, and I'm 1 for 1 and Pigskin Pick of the Week. So now we're moving into week number 5. So far, 1 quarter of the season has been completed, and so far, no surprise, the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champion, is still, playing at its best level. And like I said, they have a good chance to repeat as Super Bowl champs this year. So hopefully they'll hold out and continue on with their winning ways with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and company. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start our picks. We had a Thursday night game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady heading to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears. The Bears! And the Bears pull it out at the last minute with Mitchell Trubisky, with a late score to secure the victory for the Chicago Bears. The Bears over Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, now let's go into our picks for week number 5, shall we? I hate to start off with this one, but my home state team, the Atlanta Falcons, they're really terrible this year. And of course, Dan Quinn is definitely on the hot seat, so he needs to turn this ship around with a quickness. And right now, the only hope for him to keep his job after this season is to make the playoffs and hopefully make a run to the Super Bowl. That's about the only way that Dan Quinn can keep his job, because so far this season they basically choked away 2 games. Well, actually choked against Dallas, and again the next game against Seattle. Was it Seattle? I forgot who it was. They had a 15-point lead, and their defense just let them down again. So, with that being said, they're hosting the 2-2 Carolina Pathetic Panthers with their new quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. And, of course, the Falcons are 0-4. So, it hurts me to my heart, but I'm going to stick with the Falcons. I'm going to hope the Falcons will finally get their first win, and hopefully Dan Quinn and the offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators and special teams coordinators, especially that guy, they screwed up in the Dallas game. That really still haunts Atlanta, and plus they're still dealing with the haunt of choking the Super Bowl 3 years ago. So I'm expecting the Falcons to finally get on the board and finally get their first win over the Carolina Pathetic Panthers. All right, our next matchup is a key AFC West matchup where we have the defending Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs at 4-0, hosting the 2-2 Las Vegas Raiders. Like I said, Derek Carr kind of had an up and down season so far. And they had a couple of close games, but in the end, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are just too much for the Raiders. So I'm going with the Chiefs over the Raiders in the AFC West divisional showdown. All right, the next matchup we have 2-2 Arizona Cardinals traveling to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford to take on the winless New York Jets. Jets, the Jets. They're pitiful as well. Like I said, Sam Darnold just couldn't get it right there. So I'm going with my man Kyler Murray over there in Arizona for an easy win over the Jets. All right, the next matchup is the Battle of Pennsylvania, where we got the 1-2-1 Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Pittsburgh, the Steel City, to take on the 3-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Like I said, Ben Roethlisberger, he's really doing good after, especially set out the entire year last year because of injuries. And that offensive line is doing pretty good, and his passing game is really clicking. And the Eagles, like I say, Carson Wentz is still struggling, and Deshaun Jackson as well. So I'm going to see the Steelers beat the Eagles in this one. All right, our next matchup, we have the LA Rams at 3-1. They hit the road this week to go to our nation's capital to take on the 1-3, the Washington football team. Well, it's been announced day before yesterday, that the quarterback for the Washington national football team got benched for their rookie that they drafted in this year's draft. So he'll get his first start. So we'll see if that will help, because Haskins is not doing his job there. This is his second season with the Washington football team, and he's not getting the job done. So hopefully that new rookie will hopefully get an opportunity to straighten things out. But in the end, I'm going to stick with Jared Goff and Sean McVay as they get this easy win over the Washington football team. Now, our next matchup is a AFC North matchup, where we have the 1-2-1 Cincinnati Bengals, the Bungles, traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, the defending league MVP. Like I said, Joe Burrows, he finally started the last two games, the first overall pick in this year's draft. And like I said, so far he's 1-1 as a starter, or 1-2 as a starter, something like that. But he'll get his chance to go up against Lamar Jackson, like I said, the defending NFL MVP of last season. But I think Lamar Jackson got too much experience. And I think the Ravens is going to stomp the Cincinnati Bengals, a.k.a. Bungles. All right, our next matchup is the AFC South matchup, where we got two really struggling teams in the AFC South, where we got the 1-3 Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Houston to take on the Houston Texans at 0-4. Like I said, Deshaun Watson, he's really struggling, especially when their main receiver, got traded to the Cardinals in the offseason. That really affected his rhythm as far as his passing and everything. And also, Bill O'Brien got fired this past week. Like I say, he lost control of the team. J.J. Watt, spoke his mind, and a couple other players spoke their minds, and inevitably it ended up costing Bill O'Brien his job. So hopefully maybe that will shake up the Houston Texans and get their first win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL Edition 2020 for week number 5 here on Big Flem Radio and TV. Hey there, folks. This is Lorenzo Big Flem Fleming, creator and host of Big Flem Radio and TV, with a very important PSA in regards to COVID-19. As you know, our world has been ravaged by the coronavirus pandemic that has upended our normal daily routines. We must do our part to minimize the spread of COVID-19 by practicing social physical distancing, which is 6 feet space between each other, wear a face mask or shield, use hand sanitizer at all times, and wash our hands constantly for at least 20 seconds. Big Flem Radio and TV is sending our prayers for those who have been infected and recovering from this virus. Our hearts go out to those who lost loved ones and friends to this COVID-19 scourge. Please Please stay safe and do your part to help minimize the spread of COVID-19 until an FDA-approved vaccine is available. Big Flem Radio and TV cares.
Hey folks, this is Lorenzo Big Flem Fleming, the host and creator of Big Flem Radio and TV website. As you know, I am a host of 6 podcasts on Big Flem Radio and TV, designed for the general listening audience. Like I said, whenever you get a chance, check it out. Check out the website. Check out the online store for Big Flem Radio and TV themed products and little knickknacks and gifts for your friends and your family members. Like I said, you'll find it very interesting. I guarantee it. Like I said, the podcast covers news, music, talk. I wouldn't say news, but mainly talk about today's news and topics, as well as a channel dedicated to my fellow American military veterans, because I am a veteran myself. 21 years qualifying service in the Army and the Army Reserves, which includes 2 combat tours in Iraq and 6 months contingency operation tour in Kuwait. So I dedicate that show to all my fellow veterans and family members of veterans. So if you give a chance, hey, give me a chance. Give a listen. Check out the website at www.bigflemradiotv, that's one word, .com. Again, that's www.bigflemradiotv.com. I'll spell it out for you. It's BIGFLEM as in Mike, RADIO TV. And you can send me a tweet on Twitter with the hashtag Flem, FLEM_radio. So like I said, give me a shot, give it a listen. And also, if you want to send a request for a song or want to make a comment or criticisms about any of the podcast shows on Big Flem Radio and TV, go ahead. I like to hear from you. Send me a shout out, or if you want me to do a shout out for somebody, or if you want to do a dedication on a certain show, just send it to the email bigflemradiotv@gmail.com. Again, that's bigflemradiotv@gmail.com, and put whatever particular podcast show in the subject line. For example, one of the shows you're listening to right now is Big Flem's Pigskin Picks, NFL edition, as well as college football edition. Also, you can send the subject line. You can use My Prerogative with Lorenzo Fleming, Reflections, Rockin' Into the Night, as well as Lorenzo's Jams. Again, give it a try. Check it out. Listen to it. Tell all your friends and your neighbors and your family members, and even strangers. You won't regret it. It's Big Flem Radio and TV.
What if I told you that by slipping a tiny instrument in the ear, a person could suddenly hear things he or she hadn't heard in years? It's true. Miracle Ear has a better way to hear, and they call it the Micro Elite. You may be surprised to know that the Miracle Ear Micro Elite has about the same diameter as a contact lens. It's no bigger than a fingertip, so it practically hides in your ear. The fact is, other people may not even know you're wearing it, unless you choose to tell them. Can this tiny wonder help you? Call Miracle Ear for a colorful fact-filled booklet. It describes hearing loss, the most common symptoms, and how you may be helped. Just call 1-800-368-8600. That's 1-800-368-8600. The call and the booklet are free, and there's no obligation. Call 1-800-368-8600 right now. Miracle Ear Centers, a tradition of helping people listen to life again.
Who are you?
We're Big Flem Radio and TV. Welcome back, folks. Like I say, as you may know, that we're currently dealing with a major epidemic, the novel coronavirus 19. It's been prevalent, it's been affecting us all around the world over the last 7 months. So far, we have over 218,000 deaths in the United States alone. And like I say, it's very tragic, and I personally has been affected by COVID-19, not me, but family members that had dealt with the COVID-19, and I thank God that they all recovered and getting their health back, and I praise God for them, as well as also I want to show our condolences to those lost loved ones, family members, friends, co-workers to this ravishing virus, as well as my thoughts and prayers going for those who contracted it and are currently fighting to recover from it. So I'm praying for you guys, and you guys, stay positive and keep the faith. Believe in God for a miracle, for healing, and that your health will be restored in Jesus' name. All right. Also, don't forget to check out our website. Our podcast channel website. Consists of 6 podcast shows, including this one, as well as the Pigskin Picks College Edition. And also has a good online shop, especially getting ready for the Christmas holidays coming up. If you're looking for that nice special gift, we have some Big Flem radio and TV theme merchandise. For your friends, loved ones, family members, strangers, alien from Mars, so on and so forth. So please check it out. Go to www.bigflemradiotv.com. That's one word. www.bigflemradiotv.com. That's BIGFLEMRADIO.TV.com. Now, if you want to be a guest picker or guest prognosticator for Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL or College Edition, by all means, please send us an email with your picks, or if you want to be a guest picker, at bigflemradiotv@gmail.com. Again, that's bigflemradiotv@gmail.com. Also, we're on social media, folks. We have a Twitter account where you can do the same thing as well. If you want to be a guest picker, you want to send your comments about this and other podcast shows that we produce and host, please, by all means, do so at #Flem_radio. That's Flem, FLEM, as in Mike, _radio, RADIO. And also, we have a Facebook group page as well for Big Flem Radio and TV. So please check us out. Pass it on to your friends and your neighbors. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to all our fellow service members who are stationed all over the United States and all over the world. And those are currently deployed in Iraq and Afghanistan and Kuwait and Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, on aircraft carriers and submarines, and on remote outposts all around the world. I'm thinking about you guys because I'm a fellow service member and veteran, Army veteran of almost 22 years of qualifying service. And I did 2 combat tours in Iraq. So I know what you're going through, fellas and ladies. So keep the faith, be safe, watch your back, and also, cover your buddy's 6. For those in the military, you know what that means. So, all right, let's get back to our picks for Week 5 of the NFL season, shall we? All right, our next pick, we have the 1-3 Miami Dolphins, aka the Tuna Fish, traveling to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, to take on the 2-2 San Francisco 49ers. Like I say, Jimmy Garoppolo, he got banged up a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully he should be able to return and hopefully get that offense back on track. So we're going with the 49ers over the Miami Dolphins, aka Tuna Fish. Now, our next matchup, we have the Cleveland Browns at 3-1, hosting the Indianapolis Colts at 3-1. Like I say, it's amazing that, Baker Mayfield, after the first game of the season, took a lot of criticism, and also OBJ, complaining about not getting enough looks. Right now, they finally connecting and clicking, and now they're off on their best start in years. So, will that trend continue? I hope so. So we're going for the Cleveland Browns over the Indianapolis Colts. All right, our next pick is a NFC East matchup and also a reunion of some sorts, as the 0-4 New York Giants, aka Midgets, with the former Dallas Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett as offensive coordinator, going back to Big D in Dallas, to AT&T Stadium, Jerry's Dome, to face the 1-3 Dallas Cowboys with their new coach Mike McCarthy. Seems like Dak Prescott is really struggling. Like I say, they got lucky when they came back and beat the Falcons. Like I said, the Falcons basically choked that game away and made a bonehead decision, but that's a different story, and that's in the past. And then all the other games, basically Dallas offense and their defense became suspect. So Mike McCarthy is getting a little heat there as his first year as the Dallas Cowboys coach. And like I said, it's a reunion for Jason Garrett as he come back and visit his old team. Will the Cowboys finally right this ship this week? I hope so. So we're going with the Dallas Cowboys, aka the Cowpokes, over the woeful New York Giants, aka Midgets. All right, our next matchup, we have another NFC matchup where we have the 1-3 Minnesota Vikings. They've been struggling as of late. They're traveling to the Emerald City in Seattle to take on the 4-0 Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson and company. Like I said, right now everybody's talking about Russell Wilson as a potential NFL MVP this year for the way he's been playing so far. Like I said, there's a good possibility he might be the MVP this year. So, with that being said, we're going to stick with the Seahawks over the Vikings. All right, our next matchup is the AFC matchup where we have the 1-3 Denver Broncos traveling to Gillette Stadium in New England to take on the 2-2 New England Patriots. Right now, Cam Newton, their starting quarterback, he's tested positive for the COVID-19 virus over a week and a half ago. And my thoughts and prayers go out to him as he makes his recovery and as he goes through the COVID-19 protocol. So hopefully he'll get back on the field real soon. I'm not sure who his backup is, but it could be a close game. But I'll go with the Patriots in a squeaker over the Denver Broncos. All right, now we have a Monday night matchup. Actually, that's a Monday night matchup because of some COVID-19 issues. There'll be two Monday night games. Well, actually, that's a Monday night game. Yeah, that's a Monday night game. Those are two Monday night games, so that'll be the first one. And the second Monday night game will be the LA Chargers at 1-3 traveling down to New Orleans to Crescent City to take on the 2-2 New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees and company. Like I said, Drew Brees has been struggling over the last couple of weeks or so, but I'm hoping that he'll get back on track with the rest of the team. So we're going with the New Orleans Saints or the Aints over the LA Chargers. And a Tuesday night game because of COVID-19 rescheduling and protocol. The Buffalo Bills at 4-0 travel to Nashville, Music City to take on the 3-0 Tennessee Titans. Like I said, the Tennessee Titans have been dealing with some issues with COVID-19. A couple of players and coaches got tested over the past week or so, and they just finally gotten over their protocol, so they have to reschedule their game till Tuesday because of it. So, with that being said, we will go with the Buffalo Bills over the Tennessee Titans in a close one. All right, folks, let's take another break, and we'll be right back with Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL Edition 2020 for Week 5 here on Big Flem Radio and TV. Hey, folks, this is Lorenzo Big Flem Fleming, creator and host of Big Flem Radio and TV, with a very important message about this upcoming 2020 elections. 2020 is going to be a very contentious election cycle in modern history, especially the presidential race. The future course of our country is at stake, and you must do your part to make sure that the right candidate is elected to guide our local, state, and national policies in order to preserve our country and our way of life. Big Flem Radio and TV encourages you to do your research on all candidates running for office, as well as all of the propositions, amendments, etc. that are placed on the ballots pertaining to your state and local municipalities. Most important of all, please get out and vote either by going to the polls, mail-in ballots, early voting, etc. Please tell your friends, neighbors, co-workers, family members, and church congregants to get out and vote. Big Flem Radio and TV does not endorse any candidates, so please get out and vote.
And now for the bonus round. If I'm your uncle's cousin's nephew, who am I? Michael's mother. Correct. What's the sound of one hand clapping? Manga. Correct. How many DVDs can you rent from Netflix for only $8.99 a month? Maybe one. Correct. Netflix. Over 1 billion movies delivered so far. And now the ability to watch some movies instantly on your TV for no additional monthly fee. Start your free trial today. Netflix. See terms of use. At Dr. Direct, our mission is clear. Like lavender bath beads and a masseuse named Helga, we make you feel tingly all over. So close your eyes, breathe deeply, and chant after me. A 15-minute call could save me 15% or more on car insurance. Feel the tension melt away as you imagine life with smaller bills. To achieve this level of nirvana, call 1-800-947-AUTO. 1-800-947-AUTO. Think of us as a room of therapy for your wallet. Dr. Direct, the sensible alternative. Tommy, did you take Luke's first walk? I Flintstones, complete with the vitamins and minerals kids need and the great taste they love.
All right, folks, welcome back. Let's have a recap of our picks for week number 5 of the NFL 2020 season. All right, let's see, we pick the Atlanta Falcons over the Carolina Panthers. We picked the Kansas City Chiefs over the Las Vegas Raiders. We picked the Arizona Cardinals over the Jets. We picked the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Philadelphia Eagles. We picked the LA Rams over the Washington Football Team. We picked the Baltimore Ravens over the Cincinnati Bengals, aka the Bungles. We picked the Houston Texans to get their first win under their interim coach over the Jacksonville Jaguars. We picked the San Francisco 49ers over the Miami Dolphins, aka the Tuna Fish. And we have the Cleveland Browns extending their winning streak as they beat the Indianapolis Colts. We got the Dallas Cowboys, aka the Cowpokes, finally getting their act together and beat the New York Giants, aka the Midgets, and deny Jason Garrett a victory in his return to the Cowboys after being let go at the end of last season. Then we have the Seattle Seahawks over the Minnesota Vikings. We have the New England Patriots over the Denver Broncos. We have the New Orleans Saints getting back on track as they beat the LA Chargers. And we're going to wrap it up with the Buffalo Bills over the Tennessee Titans on Monday night, or actually Tuesday in this case because of COVID-19 rescheduling. The 2 Monday night games will be the Chargers and the Saints, which we picked the Saints to beat the Chargers. And the first game of the doubleheader for Monday night, we have the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots, and we'll say the Patriots win in a close one. Maybe low scoring because Cam Newton is not playing because he's currently recovering from COVID-19 and getting out of the NFL's COVID-19 protocol. So again, my heart goes out to those who lost loved ones, family members, and friends to the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm also sending our thoughts and prayers for those who are currently battling to recover their health and their life from COVID-19. And also, please, 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 folks, maintain social and physical distancing, at least 6 feet apart. Make sure you wear your mask when you're outside. Definitely use hand sanitizer and definitely wash your hands constantly for over 20 seconds. We got to do our part, folks, to help minimize the spread of this virus until FDA approves a vaccine for the general public that will help us fight this virus. We will get over this and we will beat this virus. That'd be just another thing to write into the annals of history. So please, people, do your part. Take care of yourselves and your family and your loved ones and your friends. And if you don't care about yourself, at least care about your neighbor and another fellow human being who got family members who might have pre-existing conditions that could be hampered by COVID-19 exposure. So please think about other people as well. Yes, I know the last 7 months has been tense and stressful. We can't go to the movies. We can't go to a football game or baseball game or a basketball game like we normally would, or a movie theater, or go out to eat in a restaurant like we normally do. But please, 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 exercise extreme caution and follow the social and physical distancing protocol for COVID-19. Like I said, we'll get through this and we'll be better on the other side. All right. That's about it. We're going to wrap this up. So tune in again next week for another edition of Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL Edition 2020 here on Big Flem Radio and TV. Take care, God bless, and stay safe. Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL and College Football Editions are a production of Black Rebel Productions in association with Flem Media, a division of LWF Enterprises, LLC. The opening theme music clips are the sole properties of CBS Sports College Football as well as Fox NFL Sports. This podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only.